At the Edge of Land is a group exhibition gathering 18 contemporary artists that talks about the relationship between landscape and trade, and especially how individuals relate to landscape. Hello, my name is Lucas Morin. I'm a curator at Art Jameel, and I curated At the Edge of Land, the exhibition you're discovering today. We often look at landscape as something that is fixed, that never changes. And when looking at artistic practices, when looking at the Art Jameel collection, I noticed a lot of artists are really interested in the way this is actually not quite true, the way landscape evolves, landscape reveals things about society, reveals things about ourselves that are often a bit hidden beneath. And artists are very good at pointing what's hidden, what's invisible, and making it visible to us. Landscape is a motif that is very present in art. Obviously, everyone knows about landscape painting. Everyone can appreciate a beautiful landscape. So it's a beautiful starting point to talk about pretty much anything. So I really wanted to use this relationship that every viewer has with landscape to then get a bit deeper into how artists talk about society, talk about the world, starting from landscape that may seem quiet and innocuous. Basically, how landscapes tell stories. So out of the 18 artists who are exhibiting today, 6 are from the Art Jameel collection. They really were at the core of the concept of the exhibition. And then we expanded this into the exhibition you see today by commissioning artists. We have 2 brand new commissions by borrowing artworks either directly from the artist, from partner institutions in the Gulf, or from the artists' galleries, estates, and so on. The first work I'm going to talk about is a painting by a Lebanese painter, Aref and Rayess, that he painted in 1982 in Saudi Arabia. The painting is untitled, but it's part of a broader series known as the Desert Series. And Rayess lived in Saudi Arabia for more than 10 years and spent a lot of time in Jeddah working on public art projects, some of which are still visible to this day. And as a painter during his own time, he was really fascinated by the landscapes he visited. And the painting that we see here today, we think it was painted after landscapes, ruins, and architectural features of the Tabuk region in the north of the kingdom. I really wanted to open the exhibition with this work, and it was also important for us as Art Jameel because we are developing a research program focusing on Aref and Rayess' Saudi period and the Desert Series in particular that will culminate in an upcoming exhibition dedicated to him. The second work I want to talk about that is also part of the Art Jameel collection, a recent acquisition, is a photographic series by Sarker Protick, who's an artist and photographer from Bangladesh. He's worked on this photography series for over 10 years, from 2011 to 2023. He just closed it. And for over 10 years, he looked at the transformation of the Padma River Delta, which is the river delta on which a lot of the inhabitants of Bangladesh live and dwell and rely on for their livelihoods. And he documented dramatic transformations of this landscape that is affected by coastal erosion. So one after the other, villages disappear, houses disappear. And this is due in part to climate change and in part to sand extraction. This artwork illustrates how transformations of the landscape in some places in the world impact people in vastly different places. And another work I really want to talk about is one of the new commissions for this show. So a work that was produced especially for At the Edge of Land. The work is by a Filipino artist named Joar Songkuya. And Joar has a very specific story. He was a marine engineer working on commercial ships for over 10 years and taught himself painting while he was working on the ship. And after a while, transitioned out of the shipping industry and became a full-time artist and focuses on painting. And when I approached him for this exhibition, I told him about Jeddah, I told him about Saudi Arabia, and he said, I worked on an oil tanker for 5 years, and the only parts of Saudi Arabia I ever experienced were the ports, and especially some of the oil facilities. And he also, of course, experienced the Red Sea on his way back and forth from Europe to Asia through the Suez Canal. He offered very generously to draw a new body of work, which is what you're seeing today, focusing on his memories and his experiences of the Red Sea, the Suez Canal, and the ports in Saudi Arabia. So you have very vivid scenes of crossing the Red Sea, but also of oil being handled by the sailors, of port facilities that are usually outside of cities, very far away from everyday view, but that he got to experience in a very vivid way. I think visitors can come to enjoy beautiful artworks in the first place. There are many beautiful photo series, installations, paintings that are, just enjoyable on their own. And then hopefully, I really want visitors to spend time with the works, find connections between the works and deeper meaning within them.